Hello, mortals. My name is the Game Master, and I love horror.
I'm Jason Voorhees, and I love horror.
I am Glenda, the Undying, and I love her!
And welcome to the Game Treasure Podcast, where your normal, mortal, human hosts discuss treasured video games of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Warning, this Game Treasure Podcast will send spine-tingling chills up your backside, because this week, we are in control of the podcast. And we have a dreadful show for you today. It's Halloween, and your puny hosts, as you so belovedly call them, could not make it to the show. They've died. And we, their Halloween-based counterparts, will be torturing you with discussions of the most spine-tinglingest, creepiest, crawliest video games of all time. On this week's video game CarousHELL, that's right, I, the Game Master, will be going first. Each one of us will be delivering upon to you 3 of the most evilest, scariest games that we can comprehend, that we have ever played, ever spawned beneath the depths of hell. I will go first. My number 3 most scariest game that you could ever load into a PS3 or Xbox One is a 2014 game made by the now deceased Tango Gameworks and published by the evil Bethesda that makes you download their shitty startup thing instead of just playing the game straight from Steam. Directed by Grandpapa Shinji Mikami himself, the evil mastermind behind the Resident Evil series. I'm talking about The Evil Within.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yes, this game kicks ass. This game is like if Silent Hill and Resident Evil 4 had a good-looking baby.
Mom?
The plot revolves...
Mom, is that you?
The plot revolves around Detective Sebastian Castellanos investigating a mass murder that has taken place at Beacon Mental Hospital. That's already a pretty scary sounding place, if I do say so myself. The asylum itself was inspired by the Winchester Mystery House in California. If you know what I'm talking about, that's that giant mansion that has staircases leading to nowhere and doors that just go outside randomly.
They just made a pinball machine based on that game.
Yes, it's cool.
That is pretty cool.
By the way, this game was too scary for Japan. That's right. In Japan, the game was released as Psycho Break, and the Japanese version had to remove gore-related content to receive a D-content rating, allowing its sales to customers 17 years of age and older.
Wow.
That's right, this game was basically fucking rated X in Japan. There's no nudity, it's just that fucking graphic and gross and nasty and scary. It's a third-person survival horror game that's broken up into 15 chapters, a lot like some of those newer Resident Evils are. And it was released in a time when the Resident Evil series was not in a good place. It was in a scary, horrific place. What do you mean, Mac? Well, in 2012, Resident Evil 6 came out.
Oh, no.
And that game, if you've kind of played it, pretty much sucks. It's so bad that it's scary.
Like the guy in the giraffe on the cover.
It's like the guy. It's about as good as sucking off a giraffe. In 2014, this game comes out 2 years later, And people who liked Resident Evil who haven't played a good one since Resident Evil 4 came out in 2005.
5 was okay.
Well, yeah, I like 5 too. You're right. I'm sorry. I like Resident Evil 5.
Wasn't scary though.
Was kind of cool!
It was very action-based, but Mac likes that game too. But I digress. My point is that this game felt like a return to form for the Resident Evil quality of gameplay that we were grown accustomed to and then had taken away from us. But there were also a couple really kick-ass things that this game did that Resident Evil games hadn't done at this point. Or actually, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm talking first, crafting your own ammo.
Yeah.
This ends up sticking in the DNA of Resident Evil 7 and then onward. They do that. They got that idea from Shinji Mikami's Evil Within, okay? You got to craft specific different types of this crossbow ammo. This is the most, like, if you played this game, then you remember the crossbows. It's kind of like the bazookas in Resident Evil. They have like a shock arrow and a poison arrow and a flame arrow, and going around and having to deal with the stress of crafting your items, and the amounts of consumables you can find was absolutely devilish. It also included a leveling system where you could use this green goo to increase your health or your carrying capacity or whatever, and that was cool. What were you going to say, Jason? I'm sorry.
Nothing, because I'm Jason. No. Game Master, I think that Resident Evil Outbreak did making your own ammo before Evil Within.
Oh, the long-forgotten ghost of online play in Resident Evil. This game also borrowed something from the Resident Evil series, and that it had enemies that wouldn't permadie when you shot them to death. Instead, you had to use matches, which was another item that you had to basically worry about the amount that you had to light enemies on fire to actually kill them. Much like the Resident Evil 1 remake. Another fantastically terrifying game.
I feel like this game takes a lot of inspiration from the Saw movies.
Interesting.
Like
Why
the
would you
set-
say that, Jason?
Like the set designs and like the insides of the buildings and some of the
that's
stuff.
right. The most
Yeah.
terrifying thing about this game is the Silent Hillian aspect regarding the mental state of your character being reflected in your physical world. That's right, because unlike Resident Evil 4, you're not playing as a kick-ass, like, SWAT guy with cool guns. You're playing as a detective that's losing his fucking mind. And so there will be moments in the game when the world will be like one thing, and then you'll turn a corner and you'll be like, what the fuck? Where am I? What's going on? Crazy things will appear basically out of nowhere to attack you. And it was like a total step up, like I said, from being a STARS member who's just like in a city, you know what I mean? STARS. It's the best of both worlds. You get the action gameplay of Resident Evil 4 and the horrifying nightmare elements of Silent Hill all wrapped up into one package. My last note in this game is that in the save room, every time you go to save, you get transported to this other space that looks like the lobby of a hotel. And Claire de Lune plays, which is a beautiful piece of classical music. But when it's in this game, it's so scary. I cannot express to you enough that even in the save rooms of this game, you're a little scared. So if you have not played Evil Within, may I suggest, I think there's a remaster that's out. Let me tell you this, too. Don't play the second one. People like that game. That game sucks.
Second one, right out.
That game is horrifyingly bad. The open world gameplay feels empty and undesigned. I don't like it at all. It's gross. Anyways,
Tragedy!
thank you. I forget your name, sir.
I think he's a temple guard for Raiders.
Undying! A
Condor.
magnificent of the ninth chamber!
Thank you, Clondor the Undying. I couldn't agree more. Moving on to my number 2 most scariest devilish game of all time.
My, you deep.
Published
Hi,
and
I'm
So
wonderful.
committed.
developed and published by a single evil entity in 2014. This game is unassuming if I mention it now, but I cannot express to you enough how horrifying the original Five Nights at Freddy's is. If you are in between ages and you're like, Five Nights at Freddy's, that's kid shit. Or if you're like young and you're like, Five Nights at Freddy's, that's the fun one where I do a pizza throw in Fortnite, right? No. Go
don't
back
know.
and play the original Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's scary shit.
It's so fucking scary. It's crazy.
It's literally the only one that I've actually played, and it scares me to this day.
Yes, Krogdor, yes.
Glendia!
You're gonna have to write it in the chat for me to be able to say.
It's Krogdor!
Hold on, I'm Krogdor speaking. Spell your name.
It's K-L-E-N-D-Y-R.
Whoa.
Glendia!
There's like 4 more
Glendia.
letters in there than I thought.
Yes, my apologies. Glendale.
It's surprisingly simple, but also weirdly complicated.
Yes, too complicated.
I know,
Devilishly
I know.
complicated. Now, I don't have to recap the plot of Five Nights at Freddy's for you. You've
How
probably
many nights do you spend at Freddy's?
seen the movie, or you've been to the fucking Halloween Horror Nights haunted house, or this guy has a scary amount of money off of what he's done to this.
Scott
But-
Cawthon, yeah.
Yes, so like I said, I understand that when I mention this, you might think of the idea of marketing games towards children and go, Mac, that's yucky. But I cannot stress enough the simplicity of this game. Basically, you do one thing, which is close these doors that are in adjacent rooms to you. You're just sitting in one place. You look at cameras, yes, but there's an energy bar that you have that manages how long you can keep those doors closed. So your only job is to only close them when you need to. Sounds simple. It's almost too simple. It's so simple that it's horrifyingly tense. You can cut the atmosphere of this game with a fucking butter knife. It's so fucking gushy and thin.
Or a pizza cutter.
You've never felt less powerful in any other game than when your only means of defense is nothing. Like you can just close a door for a small amount of time. So this game, funny enough, was originally made in 6 months based off of the feedback that in the first game, directed by Scott Cawthon, his NPCs like accidentally looked like horrifying nightmare monsters. like little what's the word? These things. Animatronic. Thank you. Animatronic nightmares.
Before that, he made kids games, like Bible games and kids games.
Literally.
Holy shit, what?
That's what he did.
There's
didn't know
not
that.
there's not much more to explain about Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I said, you it's a combination of focusing extremely tightly on something like a still image on a surveillance camera, and then panicking when you realize that danger is literally next door to you. So if you haven't played the original Five Nights at Freddy's, I don't know what it costs on Steam right now, but I'm telling you, it's worth it to go buy and play if you want to get fucking scared. Anyone who says that this game is not scary is one of those people that says that the first Paranormal Activity is not scary. You're lying. It
said
is
that?
scary.
Stop
It's
gatekeeping.
okay
It's
to
scary.
admit it. It's okay to admit that it's a scary movie, and it's okay to admit that the played out franchise that is Five Nights at Freddy's is based off of one of the scariest PC experiences that I've ever had. Which leads me... Sorry, I had something in my throat. Which leads me to my number one most horrifying game of all time. On May 31st, 2014, in Waukesha, Wisconsin, two 12-year-old girls, Anissa Wire and Morgan Geiser, asked their friend Peyton Leutner, also 12 years old, if she wanted to go on a walk in David's Park, located just down the road from where they lived. Once they all arrived, Anissa and Morgan lured Peyton into a wooded area off of the park for a game of hide and seek. Peyton was told to lay down, hide herself by covering herself in twigs and fallen leaves. In the instant that she did so, Anissa and Morgan pinned Peyton down and proceeded to stab her 19 times with a 5-inch long steak knife. She barely survived the experience. When questioned later, the girls reported that they wanted to sacrifice their friend to Slender Man. If you don't know what Slender Man is, consider yourself lucky. Slender and the 8 Pages is a 2012 video game developed and published by Parsec Productions, directed, designed, programmed, and composed by one man, one devilish man named Mark J. Hadley. The gameplay is simple. Collect 8 pages from a diary of a previous Slender Man victim without being caught by Slender Man. This game is a walking sim. All you do is walk around. All you do is walk around and collect pieces of paper that are posted on trees and inside bathrooms and inside other places, all while being stalked by a cryptid that spawned and lives on the internet that one day in real life basically manifested actual actions into the real world. This game was made before those events. If you're the age of Max Stein, or my age, timeless, 1,000 million years old, then you remember hearing about this game and going, what? What's a Slender? Who? What? And then you Google Slender Man, and you're like, wait, it's 2012, so I don't know. There's not like never-ending lies on the internet just yet. And so I don't know what's real and what's not real. Is Slender Man real? What is this? Slender in the 8 Pages is the scariest game that I have personally ever played in my life. Jason Klondor, have you played Slender the 8 Pages before?
Slender the 8 Pages is the only game that has made me literally rip my headphones off of my head in terror. I screamed like one of the corpses that I'd raised from the dead.
Jason, have you played Slender in the 8 Pages?
Not for very long, because it's too scary for me. And Mother doesn't like it.
Much like Five Nights at Freddy's, I cannot explain the feeling of playing this game back when it originally came out. But I will never, ever, 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 ever forget the first time that I found out about Slender Man. Because I saw someone playing this game on the internet. If you have not played Slender the 8 Pages, I'm pretty sure it's like $1 on Steam. You simply must play it. You can beat the whole thing in like 3 hours. If you have the stomach to play for that long. And that completes my video game CarousHELL. Jason, let us hear your 3 scariest games of all time.
Okay. Mother's first favorite game is a game by Roberta Williams. Do you guys know who Roberta Williams is?
No.
Really? All right.
Yes.
This isn't a video game podcast anymore because you guys don't know. Ken and Roberta Williams created Sierra Online.
Oh, shit.
All the fucking Sierra. God damn it. Roberta Williams had an idea for a story. A horror story, and she worked on it for 8 years and waited until tech was good enough to turn that into her masterpiece, 1995's Phantasmagoria.
Oh, shit.
For the PC.
Yes, what is this game?
Wow.
Phantasmagoria
Oh,
is a full motion video point-and-click horror adventure game where you play as the main character, Adrienne Delaney. She's a writer, and her husband just moved into this ginormous, spooky as fuck house. But it's not spooky yet. It just looks spooky. It's not quite spooky yet. And during the first chapter of the game, you find a loose brick in your fireplace, and you think it's a good idea to take the whole damn thing apart. You go inside, you find a really creepy altar, and what does she do, guys? She finds a box, and what does she do with the box?
Open it.
She does. She opens the box. Her
Rookie
husband
mistake.
Just
Her-
as I planned.
her husband proceeds to get possessed, and you spend the next 7 CD-ROMs
Oh, dear.
What the fuck?
solving puzzles and
Holy shit.
talking to people in the town and avoiding your husband as he gets slowly more crazy. He's like an artist or something, so you're just waiting for him to like Van Gogh chop his ear off and put it on your pillow.
What did the box that this game came in look like? Was it as thick as the Bible? What does have 7 CDs is absurd.
I mean, holy shit, 7 discs. I mean,
It had
devilish.
7 CDs because this game had a $4.5 million budget. This is in the early 90s.
Wow.
And was made on a $1.5 million custom-built studio just to film all the scenes for this game.
wow.
Wow, impressive.
It sold 250,000 copies its first week. This is a PC game in
Holy
1995.
shitballs. That is extremely successful. My goodness gracious.
It's super. The ambiance of it is super spooky. I mean, I remember a scene where you walk into. There's a nursery. For some reason, this house you bought is fully furnished already. I don't know why, and you didn't move out any of the old furniture.
The 90s.
And there's a room that's obviously a nursery, and there's a scene where you walk in and the mobile is just spinning by its own, and you start to hear a baby crying. But when you go to check the crib, there's nothing there, and then like the door slams behind you, and something else spooky happens, and spooky shit keeps happening.
My goodness.
To poor Adrian. But it's a great spooky game. I give it 1 Jason's giant toothbrush up.
I can't believe I've never heard of this game before. It's insanely successful, and the Megabuck is in love with full motion video games.
I do remember this game being quite gory compared to other FMV games.
Oh yes,
It was right at the height of all
my
that,
favorite.
Well, if the game master, I mean, if Mac would have interrupted me while playing in the den on the Power Mac back at the house we grew up in, you might have seen me playing this because I had a copy when we were kids.
Whoa.
Lovely.
Your next game.
My next game is a beauty for the PlayStation 1. Not Mother's favorite, but one of my favorites. You guys hear me talk about its predecessor a lot. This is actually the second game in the series, but since we didn't get the first one, it's the first one here, and that is Clock Tower.
Oh yes.
For the PlayStation
Yes,
1.
I hear these puny weaklings on the show discuss this game quite often.
Yeah.
Most of the time, Megabuck talks about Clock Tower for the Famicom, which we just got a remake of. This is technically Clock Tower 2, which is not to be confused with Clock Tower Ghost Head, which is Clock Tower 2 Ghost Head here in the States.
That got confusing.
I
Wow.
follow. Yeah,
Not-
sure.
not
Go
one
on.
bit. Clock Tower follows the same protagonist from Clock Tower. I just explained that, so that shouldn't be confusing anymore.
No.
Sure.
This is a year or so later. We're still following Jennifer from Phenomena. I mean, from Clock Tower. And she's moved in with another family that's not a bunch of crazy people trying to sacrifice her to some crazy mutant baby. And she's researching at like a college, like a university, about the history of the murders and the history of the Scissor Man. And then all of a sudden, Scissor Man shows up again and starts killing people. But now we're on the PlayStation, so we're in 3D.
Oh, spine chilling
Spine-tingling
polygons.
My second favorite dimension.
It is Human Entertainment
So
made
evil of you.
Clock Tower, and it was published by ASCII Entertainment, both of which not super well known in the United States for being amazing game developers or publishers. While they were still making this game, the first Resident Evil came out, and they saw the graphics, and they went, oh, make it more like that. What about the gameplay? Make it look more like that. So they focused a little more on the visuals than they did the gameplay, and it's still not as pretty as Resident Evil 1. But it's a point and click, just like the others. This game features some terrifying jump scares and enemy that follows you around. Holy crap. There is one of the main locations is the university where you're going to, which is a multi-story school with lots of classrooms and computer labs and teachers' offices. And when Scissorman chases you through those halls, there's a scene where somehow he gains control of all the computer screens, and as he comes towards you going clap, clap, all of the screens pop up, kill, kill.
Yes.
Kill. Mother approves of that scene.
Love kill.
And once you get to the castle in the final act, it's especially fun when you're running from Scissorman and you accidentally find the door to nowhere.
Oh, my favorite place. Nowhere.
The Clock Tower also sold about 500,000 copies. This was a fairly popular game.
Yes, a staple in the series.
1997 here in the States. So a little bit after Phantasmagoria.
Oh.
Sounds scary. Those are scary good sales. Good point, Jason.
Jason likes numbers and
Way to
sales.
emphasize why it's scary. I love that.
But we're going to talk about the scariest of all last.
Yes.
One of my spookiest games that still haunts my childhood is a re-release of a game that came out a year prior. And that is Capcom's 1997 classic. I'm talking specifically about Resident Evil Director's Cut.
Yes.
The first game that I can think of that had director's cut in the title like it was a movie. And I thought that was fucking cool.
This is our first taste at the way video games were in Japan in the 90s, when they would release a game and then release it 6 to 9 months later with different and more content, and then release it 6 to 9 months later with more content. Because this is version 2 of Resident Evil, not to be confused with the following year's Resident Evil Director's Cut DualShock Edition.
Ooh, I didn't know that even existed.
Which adds DualShock to this one. To talk
Greed,
about
the most evil of all sins.
That's right. To talk about how scary Resident Evil is. The first Resident Evil. I didn't have a memory card the first time I played this game.
No.
So I played the
That's
first
quite
2 hours.
fucked up.
That's fucking scary.
Yes.
I played the first 2 hours of this game probably 50 times.
Fuck me.
Can either of you think of a scarier moment than when those
Dogs jump out the glass door. Sorry. Yeah, no.
I still shit my pants. So would you like to know?
It's the number one thing people will tell you about Resident Evil. Is when the dogs jump through the glass. It's scary.
How about when you find Forrest's corpse on the balcony being pecked to death by crows?
Was this a director's cut only moment?
He gets up and attacks you in the director's cut only.
Oh, just when you thought you knew what was going on.
That's right, because in the director's cut it features an arrange mode where all of the items are in different places. It's like Zelda 1's second quest.
It has
I
a
didn't know
randomizer.
that.
It's like a randomizer before randomizers
Damn.
existed.
That
That's
is
pretty
cool, actually.
You also get a handgun that has a random chance to blow a zombie's head off in one shot.
Oh, that wasn't part of that wasn't a mechanic in the original, no? Could you get headshots or no? They didn't exist, the blowing up of the head.
You would get headshots. You could do it after a certain amount of shots, like a kill, like the looking for the blood spot on the ground to see if they were dead.
Right.
But the handgun in both of the director's cuts
Cool. Could just
I must
blow
ask,
fucking heads off.
just blow their heads off.
is this the one that has the one zombie? There's a mode where there's like just one zombie and he'll fucking blow up if you shoot him?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, it might be the remake. Never mind. Never mind!
So,
Ignore it!
That's I've had this copy since it came out because my friend Ben got it for me for Christmas. It contains the Resident Evil 2 demo disc.
Whoa.
Oh, shit,
I
that's
remember this. I
pretty
mean,
cool.
Mac has a memory of this.
Yeah. In Japan, they actually got a demo of Rockman Legends instead. Rockman Dash.
Whoa, what the? Oh, because Capcom. That's cool.
Capcom.
Pretty cool.
Would you
fucking
like to
cool.
hear the spookiest? Okay, it's not a spooky story. It's just a really good story. Would you like to hear a fun story about Resident Evil Director's Cut that I want to share?
Yes. Delight me in
The version that came out after this one, the DualShock edition, added support for the DualShock controller, obviously, but it also features a full symphonic soundtrack re-recorded by famed Japanese composer Mamoru Samuragochi. This will be important in a moment. He also did the soundtrack to Onimusha, by the way, Mr. Gatekeeper, a game that you love. He did some amazing movies in Japan, as well as some games. But this soundtrack is not known for being... It's known for being a great soundtrack if you've heard the whole soundtrack. But if you haven't, it's famous for one track and one track only. I would like you, Game Master, to play the original Resident Evil and Resident Evil Director's Cut Mansion Basement. This is not the one done by Mamoru. This is the original. It's good, right? Scary as fuck.
The hair stand up on the
So
back.
while all of the other tracks on the DualShock version are fully symphonic, making them all scarier, this one track was redone differently, and I want you to listen to it now.
Oh.
What? I'm confused.
I am also confused.
What the hell
Pandora.
What am I hearing?
Oh, this is pretty awesome because it's so bad. As a man who enjoys evil, I must say I like this a little bit. Wow.
That is hands down one
Jason,
of the stupidest
I must
sounds
admit-
I've ever heard.
This is very funny and delightful.
That's known as the farting into a trumpet basement soundtrack.
If Hellraiser was here, he would be so horny right now because of how much that hurt my ears to listen to.
I know.
Wow.
Now.
That is bonkers.
This story gets better. Mamoru Samuragochi was famous for one thing. He was deaf.
What?
Shut up. Like Mozart.
He was known as... That's Beethoven. He was known as the Digital Age Beethoven and was credited for this, Onimusha Warlords, other things. He was doing some stuff during the Olympics for some people. He won awards all over Japan until a 2013 interview where the interviewer noticed that he was taking audio cues that a deaf person wouldn't hear.
Wow.
No.
The guilt so much on him that in 2014 he admitted that his director Takashi Niigaki had been ghostwriting all of his tracks for him, and he's not deaf.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. It's like that lady who made that, she pretended to make that box that cures all diseases, but really it was nothing. Just lied about everything. That's fucking radical, and I love that.
So we
More
go back in time,
lies.
rewrite everything, and give Takashi credit for this soundtrack
My
and
God.
Onimusha. And I'd like to think that Mamoru wrote the trumpet farting track.
Now that is evil. That's scary.
I'm a musical guy. That's scary to me.
Fantastic final game, Jason Voorhees. Excellent CarousHELL. Log door.
It's
Guardian-
Condor!
Gondor, Guardian of Darkness.
Gondor?
Give us your carousel of video games, please.
Well, I have 3 deliciously evil and terrifying games to share with you today.
Yes.
First up is a game that was released on October 29th of 2020. A very scary year. And this is Visage, published by Sad Square Studios, also developed by Sad Square Studios.
I've never heard of this game.
Really?
Visage,
Well,
no.
I couldn't understand what he said.
Visage.
sorry, Visage. Like a terrifying visage of death.
Sorry,
Yes.
the British accent that makes things scarier makes
We're
it even harder to
sticking
understand.
with the bit, listener.
Okay.
That's at your expense. Isn't that evil?
I will try to speak a little bit more.
What
clearly.
is this game, Lacondo?
So Visage is a game that scared me so fucking hard that I actually gave up playing after 2.5 hours when I tried to make a YouTube video out of it. It was super fucking scary. What the hell? It is in many ways an homage to Silent Hill's playable teaser, otherwise known as PT. You play as a man named Dwayne, a man who in the opening sequence murders his wife and 2 children, then turns the gun upon himself. Quite evil.
Scary.
Yes, very. You then awaken in a house alone and in the dark, and you must grope around. You must feel around and find...
Oh, groping,
Hence
my
the
favorite,
groping.
my favorite form of touching things.
I like groping.
Yeah, I like... Yeah. You play as Wayne, and you must explore this house as various supernatural events happen. The game has you basically uncovering clues as you explore, and there's some sort of like a ghostly horror that's haunting you throughout the experience. But the game fits firmly in the psychological horror genre. It's reflected in the story bits. And there are many references to domestic violence and substance abuse throughout the game. So obviously, if it's very scary,
Just giggle at substance abuse.
I just love the pedestrian attitude with which Lacondo is describing. Well, you see,
Domestic
it's a
violence
psychological
and
horror
substance
game,
abuse,
and
you
you see
know how it
a
is,
guy
you know
and
how
you
it
kill
is.
your wife, and yes.
listen,
Very
look, I
scary.
already had a hard time gathering the soul spear for this recording.
I know
Okay?
you can only gather it once every 1,000 years, and
Yes,
I
it's very,
appreciate
very
you
hard to do.
gathering it for this instance
Holy
to
crap, this
frustrate
mask is
possibly
hot, too.
dozens of people on the internet.
Well, you must explore the house, find clues so that you can escape the house. There's a sanity mechanic and everything that while you spend time in the dark, you start to go crazy. And you start seeing things. Various visions of your past and you and your family's past. The various spooky events add to the creeping terror of this game. Because this game doesn't have very many jump scares. It's not about that. It's about the slow, creeping terror that just...
It's not about that.
It feels like Monty Python. There's not a lot of jump scares. It's not about that. If that's what you
It's not
want.
about jump scares, no.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm sorry. Continue it. No, sorry. I was being you in that instance. I don't mean I'm going to stop you right there. That was you explaining.
I see, you actually-
Visage
This is
to
you
the-
right now.
Yes, I'm you
right
yes.
now.
See, the thing is that your connection to the ethereal realms froze for a second when you said that, and so I thought you were actually holding for something.
Oh,
Never
that
mind.
is devilish.
Anyway,
Here's Wonderwall.
so the creeping terror that builds in this game, it all kind of came to a head for me in one particular sequence where you are in the dark and you must use a camera to light your way with the various snapping of the images that you're taking, which
Oh,
made-
nope.
That.
Nope.
Exactly, I
Nope.
fucking hated it, and
Jason
that was
pieces out.
basically the reason why I quit playing this game, because it's too fucking scary. I
That is
absolutely
scary.
hate
Holy
this game, and I
crap.
plan on coming back to it, but only with a fresh supply of underwear, because Jesus Christ.
That is
Oh,
scary.
that is devilish. Lacondo.
Yeah, so that's very scary.
Good,
And
good third game.
my second game is a game published and developed by one of my favorite developers, Puppet Combo.
Mhm.
Puppet Combo made a game
Now
called...
is your moment to say the thing we love on the show.
Yeah? What?
I mean, talking about the thing that we love
I
talking
see.
about,
Yes,
which is Puppet Combo.
Puppet Combo, yes. This game was released in 2013. I actually couldn't find a solid date because it's not on Steam. This is only on itch.io. You can only find it on itch.io. It's a pretty tiny little game. It's one of its first, I think his first game. But this game, I would categorize it as survival horror or like grindhouse horror because it's got this weird grindhouse film vibe to it.
Yes.
But this game essentially started out as a remake or as a video game adaptation of the film Halloween by John Carpenter.
Oh,
And what's it called? What's the game
Halloween. Oh, the game? The
I
game's
know
called
what
Babysitter
Halloween
Bloodbath.
is. It's the other guy with the mask. What's the game
It's
called?
Babysitter
Babysitter
Bloodbath.
Bloodbath.
You know
Yeah.
that.
No, I don't.
And by he, I mean, you know we love this game.
Yes. This game was, like I said, famously supposed to be a Halloween adaptation, but due to legal issues, he had to change a bunch of the models and names and shit like that. So, you know, that's really scary. Nothing scarier than litigation.
Evil. Yes, so
Yes,
evil.
The premise of this game is that you are a babysitter, Sarah, and you have to take care of some brat in some house where these murders occurred so many years ago.
As babysitters want to do.
Exactly, yes. And of course, you are babysitting the child on the day that the killer, Nicholas Burr, escaped a mental asylum.
Scary.
Yes, very scary, very scary. All of this is just really set up for the bulk of the gameplay, where you have to explore the house, and all the while, Nicholas Burr is chasing you with a butcher knife and trying to murder you. He kills your boyfriend and tries to kill the child, and yes, you must basically escape. The thing that really makes this game scary, and actually makes me super anxious when I'm playing it, is the sound that he makes when he chases you is just the most scary fucking thing. I don't even know what it is. It's just a combination of, like, sirens and I don't know. It's just very scary, very loud.
It is fucking scary.
That is a scary sound. It's like,
Yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst. So
it's a
again,
motorcycle speeding off into the distance.
It's
Ah!
so popular that it actually got a pretty cool novelization made. Written by
what
Regina.
the fuck?
Yeah. It was written by Regina Watts. This
Cool.
girl actually basically makes like monster fucking smut or some shit like that. But she also makes cool horror. She also writes like cool horror novels.
That's my favorite kind of
Fuck yeah.
smut.
Yeah, basically monster fucking smut and some shit like that. But she wrote this book and it's very good.
The monster smut. He did the monster smut.
The monster smut.
The coolest thing
Monster
about this game, in
smash.
my opinion, is the really kick-ass cinematic angles that the fixed camera takes.
Yes,
It's like
They're all
yes.
bendy and dutchy and shit. Like they're not like straight on. It's
It's
cool.
not like it's not the straight up angles that you normally. I mean, sometimes Resident Evil did this.
Code
too.
Veronica. Code Veronica
right.
did that a lot
Yes.
with stationary yet moving camera angles.
Yes,
cool
and it actually,
shit.
I believe they also added a first person mode, so you can go into first person
Nope.
while you play.
Oh,
It's-
fuck
yeah,
that. Yeah,
Super
no.
scary. Yeah, I hated it. This is also one that I quit playing because it was quite fucking scary.
Excellent game, the Gondor, the dark one.
And this is my last game here, and this is my okay. So this game also scares me so much that I can't finish it. I do plan on coming back to this one as well because it is a really cool game.
You always
But this
say
game was
that.
released on August 17th of 2017, and it was made by three dudes, and they were just a studio called Acid Wizard Studio. It's just three guys who were really scared of horror games, and so they were like, let's make a horror game because we're fucking scared of them. Let's go. And this game is actually so scary that they can't play it themselves, and that's Darkwood.
I
You
have
ever heard of
never
it?
heard of this game either. No.
I have seen it.
Look
That does
this one
not
up.
bode well for playtesting if they couldn't even play their own game.
Oh no! This game is famously very popular. It's a really well made game actually. Darkwood, like I
What
said, so
in
scary
the
that they are too
fuck?
scared to actually play
Yeah.
through it.
I have seen
The
this.
premise behind Darkwood is that you are in a mysterious forest somewhere in the former Soviet bloc, and you must find your way out of this forest. During the day, you can freely explore the forest, find resources and whatnot, and then at night, it gets dark, and the monsters come out, and you have to actually hide in your home, barricade all the doors, and just hide and hope that they don't get in there.
What?
The reason, I'm sorry.
No,
sorry.
I bet if you're listening to this,
Or watching.
would you imagine that this game is a top-down like twin stick shooter a la
Right.
Hotline Miami? a game that's so scary that people who make it can't play it. It's a top-down twin stick shooter.
Basically.
The reason
What the
why,
fuck must be in this game for it to be that scary? Is my
the reason
question.
why this is so scary is because if you watch the videos, the perspective is you can only see whatever the character is seeing in front of them.
Yeah.
So everything around that outside of that cone of vision is not visible. So anything that could be behind you without you realizing, anything could be hiding behind corners and you wouldn't
Around
realize
the corner,
it.
yeah.
And the game uses this very effectively. Just using the interplay between light and dark and your visibility with it very, very effectively to scare you. On top of that, the sound design is excellent for this game. You hear things running around behind you and you want to turn around and look around, and sometimes you catch just glimpses of things running through the shadows and running through your cone of vision.
Wow.
Despite being a top-down game, it's actually one of the scariest games that I've ever played.
Agreed.
Wow.
Yeah,
I played some of this one too. I would say my least favorite scene was when I came across the woman with the baby that was trapped inside of a cage made of chicken bone.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they had no
my
food,
God.
so she's just feeding the baby her own feces.
Yes.
Whoa.
I
Yeah.
made none of that
That
up.
is horribly terrible, and I love it.
Literally, the opening sequence to this game is so incredibly scary. There's a moment where everything goes dark and then the lights go out and you end up having a breakout. It fakes you out. It does this thing where you're playing as one guy and then you realize that guy actually is not the good guy, and the guy that was captured by this guy is the guy that you're actually playing as, and it's really good. But
Wow.
yeah, Darkwood. Check it out if you
What
haven't
a
played it.
good pull, Gondor.
I actually own this game on like 3 different consoles.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Darkwood. Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
That is my game, Darkwood!
Yes, and that completes the ritual of the CarousHELL. Look behind you. Now look back. Now look back. Ooh, I was there. You just didn't see me. We're gonna take a quick break. And when we come back, we may or may not be here. It may be the normal guys. We'll see how we feel about it when we return. See you on the other side. All right, and we're back. Hey, it's us.
Where'd those
The
guys
monsters. The monsters had to go do something.
Yes.
because
Release my soul.
we couldn't do that any longer.
And our faces are flustered because we all just ran a mile together.
Yeah.
We just got back, so.
We were like, you know what, monsters? Actually, we just thought about it, and you guys doing the show is actually really bad, both auditorily and visually.
Super weird,
And they were like, that's the point.
Yeah.
But if you made it this far, it's us. Thanks for sticking around. Welcome to our What Else You Got, the segment of a show we can bring anything to the table, be it video game or otherwise. I will go first. This week, I played a scary video game that I'm pretty sure Buck and Mr. Venticor were looking forward to. Me in the house got together and played the casting of Frank Stone.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
That's right.
we're still
That's right.
playing it. We've had a
We are-
blast. It's been
Yes.
fun. Yeah.
So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's I believe it's made by the people that did Until Dawn and
So
The
it's
Quarry,
a-
but
it's
it's
a-
a Dead by. Like,
Yes.
I can do it.
Sorry.
I can do
I'm
my
sorry.
own.
I
What
didn't
Else You
know
Got.
you were.
But it takes place in the Dead by Daylight universe, and
Right.
if you're like me, you're like, what the heck is the Dead by Daylight universe? Because isn't it like all the universes, like because of all the IPs and stuff? And my answer is kind of like yes and no.
Yeah.
Because they do something in this game that makes it to where it opens up the idea of like all those universes also exist
Right.
separately, because
Dark
it's
Tower
literally
shit.
it's
a
literally
multiverse
about
thing.
like time jumping and dimension jumping.
Oh, the game is.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
what the
good.
casting of Frank Stone is about.
So it's good.
It's up to 5 or 6 player couch co-op where you just pass the controller around like Until Dawn
And make decisions.
and make decisions. It's just like one of those Telltale games or something. But there's also a little bit of, well, I guess the Telltale games had that, a little bit of exploring
gotcha.
3D areas and
If you've
and
played the Dark
picking up
Pictures
items.
anthology or anything like
Right.
that, it's very much like
Because it's the same people, right?
right. I believe so. So let's see. Without spoiling too much, we've been having a really good time. It's quite long.
Yeah.
And there's quite a bit of setup. we got down, all of us, like 5 of us to play. Like, all right, let's go. And like, we had to play for like 2.5 hours for all of us to take one turn.
Wow.
So it was just like, because there was like, I picked a guy who ended up going twice before Raph had even gone, and there was just like a bunch of setup. And so we have made the decision to treat it kind of like a TV show, where it's just like, we're going to play for an hour a day, and whoever plays, plays. And if you don't get to play, sorry, you don't get to play.
It's like watching a movie, honestly. It feels fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
that's cool.
watching. Yeah.
I like
But
that. That's
yeah, if you played The Quarry or Until Dawn, like I said, you know what this game is. But the storyline's cool. And my character's already died. I was the first one to die.
Great job.
So, whoopsies.
So you don't have to show up anymore.
Well, I'm going to watch the rest of the movie.
Didn't you,
spoilers.
don't you have 2 characters you're playing, though?
I did, but one of them's like in the past, and I don't know if they're going to come back to that guy or not. But yeah, the game takes place in different times, and it's about a person jumping times, and it's also about the making of a horror movie.
Right.
Is the plot. And
basic premise,
it's
yeah.
pretty dope and fun so far. So we're going to keep playing it. We will update you and let you know how it finishes up. The casting of Frank Stone, it's on Game Pass. If you got some roommates and you want to play it, drink some beers.
Very fun.
Frank Stone is a new meme in our house. Buck, what else have you got for us this week?
2 things. The first one is I got this really neat cat bed that attaches to my desk.
Cool.
And
Cute.
Evie likes to lay in it and hang out with me.
That's
she's doing
good.
that right. She's hanging out with me right now during the podcast. That's Evie.
Good stuff.
That's our not as much fun cat, but she's a Siamese. And the other one is I watched Weapons.
Oh,
nice,
all right.
nice.
Raph, have you seen
I
it?
still haven't seen it. No.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Only thing I have to say is that chase scene is going to go down in horror history.
It whoops ass. The end of the
That's-
movie is awesome.
That is so good.
Seriously, that was my review of it. Was like it ends with a moment where you're just like, "Fuck yeah, let's fucking go!" Yeah. It's so good.
It was like it had a great amount of setup until it didn't. Pretty much right at the moment where it needed to stop setting itself up and needed to like jump into the story. And I was there for it.
Hell yeah. Good ass movie. Weapons. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's on HBO. You can like rent it for like $1.
7 hot dogs?
Is that enough? Raph, what else have you got for us this week, sir?
I haven't done a whole lot this week. I was messing around a little bit in that. So there's a game that comes out every October. And yeah, you heard that right. It comes out every October. So it's on itch.io. Throughout the year, it's not really available, or I don't know if maybe just the servers aren't available, but it's called the Ghost Town Pumpkin Festival.
I heard you talking about this.
It's super cute. It's like literally like a nothing of a game, but it's just a place to hang out socially with people. And you basically, the premise is that you're little ghosts and you're like at like a fall harvest festival. You can carve pumpkins and you can put them up and people can like put awards on them for you and stuff like that. Like it's like a massively multiplayer thing where you're all at this big festival. And yeah, you just wander around, carve pumpkins. You can look at the various pumpkins that people make. There was like I said the other day, there was an Albert Wesker pumpkin someone had carved, and it just says you had 7 minutes, and it was like Wesker's face just carved on the pumpkin, like beautifully done. I'm actually like super impressed how these people can make these really incredible and intricate designs on these pumpkins with a mouse and keyboard, basically.
So this is in case you just don't want to leave your house, since every town city like has one of these.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But there's various little spooky things happening too. Like I was playing with Lauren, who you guys probably have seen on the stream, L2D2. They were with me, and then there was a little UFO that flew by, and I just kind of like jumped under it, and it sucked me up, and I floated across the town. It was really fun. There's like a haunted hayride that you can jump on. There's even like a little like haunted house that you can do. It's like an escape room. So you can go in with people and do this escape room puzzle. It's very fun, very cute little thing. It's free. And
do you get to draw your own face?
Yeah, well, you can like you use the stuff that's available on there to make your face.
Okay.
So like the face that I made, I'm
like
famously
that.
very easy to make in video games because I have a very cartoon-like appearance. I'm very easy to make in video games. It's really funny. You just get glasses, a mustache, and a beard or something like that, and there you got me, and it looks just like me. So like
by
all
having
of these
presets, there's less wieners.
Yeah, like all of these options are always in there for me, so I can always make my face really easily.
That's
So that was fun. And then this wasn't something that happened last week, but I caught it this week, rather. Dwarf Fortress. They finally have come out with the siege patch, so you can actually have siege warfare in this game. And so to commemorate this,
Finally.
I know, right? To commemorate this.
And by have Siege Warfare, you could be told by the game that you've done Siege Warfare.
Oh no! Well, this is the modern release of Dwarf Fortress, so it's got graphics now.
You have
right?
done Siege Warfare.
Yeah, it's funny.
But you
'cause
don't
the
like
tagline for
control
this-
shit in that game, do you? Doesn't time just like pass or something?
You basically give your dwarves jobs, and then they do their thing. So you can tell them to defend a certain area, or like you can actually,
so you can
like,
make them do stuff.
yeah, you
Okay.
can shut the base off, and then you can actually set up traps and stuff like that.
I
But
literally
either way-
thought you just watched it.
No. It is basically it is kind of like an ant farm, but it is an ant farm that you can kind of like act as a god.
You
in.
got him. You just watched.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so I started a new fortress the other day to commemorate this, and because it's October, I did it in a haunted biome. And it ended very quickly when I forgot that you shouldn't butcher things in a haunted biome, because anything that dies in a haunted biome comes back as an undead. So when I butchered a sheep, its like skin came back to life, murdered the butcher, and then ended up making a cascade effect where like zombies took over my fortress and everyone was
That's
dead.
how every
That
zombie
kicks
movie
ass.
starts.
Yeah. It's great. I love it. But yeah, that's what I got, man.
Nice.
I didn't do a whole lot this week. Yeah, got those
Fuck
things.
yeah. Calling back to Dwarf Fortress. Well, hey, that does it for our very special Halloween episode of the Game Treasure podcast. Thank you so much for listening or watching. I know it was hard at first. Do us a huge favor, like and subscribe. If you haven't already, tell your friends. If you are just listening to this, go check us out on YouTube. Seriously, subscribe there as well. It helps us. And there's extra stuff we put out there, like the live streams and the shorts and stuff. You can email us at gametreasurepodcast@gmail.com. That link is in our YouTube bio. You can head over to our linktree /the GTP, where you can find our store. So you can buy stuff like the King of Video Games mug. And you can also access our Patreon there, patreon.com/the GTP. For $5 a month, you get access to our UFO 50 deep dive and any extra content we get on there. And you help support us more than ever. And we want to thank Crunkwitch for the use of our theme song, Clash of the Droids. You can find them on Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere you can find music on the internet. They're great. Cool electric alternative type band thing. They're cool. Listen to them. And of course, last but not least, we got to thank RetroGameTreasure.com, owned and operated by the Megabuck, aka Jason Voorhees himself. Retro Game Treasure is a subscription service that helps you collect retro video games easily. What do I mean by easily? I mean no more hunting, no more guessing, and no more wasted time. Instead, Retro Game Treasure does all of that legwork, and instead, at the end of each month, you get a custom-made box full with video games that are tailored to your collection, the genres you like, for the game systems that you have. So go start collecting games the easy way today with RetroGameTreasure.com. Buck, do you have a list of this week's new subscribers?
This week we welcome Nico Chow, Ryland Ziegler, Gianluca Rizzo, and Alexander St. Armand. It sounds like I made all those up, but I didn't.
It did sound like you made those up. Happy Halloween, everyone. Until
Happy
next
Halloween.
week, my name is Max Stein, and I love the Game Treasure podcast. It's so bad.
It's so bad.